really professional trying to record a YouTube intro, but as I can see for myself, it's not going so well because I guess I need to just speak to the camera instead of, hey guys. So this is me introducing my video. Hi, I'm Racheli, welcome. I am currently a Cricut user and I have been a big fan of it for such a long time, and it's almost coming up on a year of using it, which is crazy. So today I'll be showing you in this video how to make an apron using the iron-on material settings and specifically using the holographic material, and how even without a heat press you can just, make something really, really amazing. So I'll be using my home iron, the holographic material that I got from Amazon, and an apron that the client has shipped to me. Let's get started. So before we jump right into the video, I'll make sure to leave everything linked below so that if you want to do this craft too, you can just click all the links and get started. Okay, so now I'm opening up Cricut Design Space and I'm going to go to all my projects and select the one that I've already created from the other times that I've done it. So now the next thing that I want to do is replicate the whole thing. So I'm going to open the text box and type in the established 2021 because it is now 2021, surprise. And once that is finished, I'm going to drag it down and then edit it and put the little sticks on the sides. I don't know what you're supposed to call those. And then I'm going to change the font so it matches exactly like the top. So now I'm just sizing it to get a good idea of how big or how wide it should be so it can be exactly the same. The next thing I'm going to do is type out the client's new last name by just inserting into another text box. It doesn't matter what the font is because you can always go back in and change that. So, funny story, it took me a long time to figure out which font this was. I'll leave the file down below if you want to use this exact font. So the font was called Ballerina in the end, as you can see in the top left corner. And then what I'm going to do is just enlarge it to make it better for you to see and for my own well-being. And then I'm just going to ungroup the whole thing because once you ungroup all the letters, you will now be able to move them around individually as different pieces as opposed to a whole word. So I'm just going to move it over using the X and Y arrows and just piecing the letters together. Once they're all pieced together, I'm just going to select the whole thing and then select weld so it becomes one solid image and instead of the machine cutting out separate letters. Just going to place that in the center there. Now the kitchen is a really good font and I love the way the letters look, so I just dragged it up to the previous kitchen that I already had and deleted the previous text that was on top of it. I'm going to select the whole thing and then weld again so it becomes one image. And before I did that, as you saw, I centered everything, made sure it was all distributed evenly, and then centered down the line. You can also go back in and then just move everything separately so it fits to your liking instead of the automatic settings, because sometimes it looks better to the eye than it does to the computer. Once you're happy with everything, you're just going to go down and select weld to complete the final product. Once we are done here, we're going to select make it at the top right hand corner, let the project load onto the mat, and then because it's an iron-on, we're going to reverse it and then select continue. So here I'm placing the material holographic side down and this pink non-cool side up, and then using my scraper tool to just adhere it to the mat a little better since my mat isn't so sticky. Next, I'm going to bring my laptop over and prep my machine. And here, since my knob is now turned to custom on the machine, I'm going to go to browse all materials, go to holographic, and then select holographic iron-on. And when I do that, there'll be a check next to it and I won't have to worry about anything else afterwards. Once that's done, I'm going to rearrange my material. Press the flashing load button and create. I'm just holding down my material here since my mat isn't that sticky like I said before, but in other times you really don't have to. Once it's done, I'm going to unload the whole thing take off my material and use this weeding tool here to remove any excess material that I don't need and anything else that's inside letters. You want to be really slow with this part so you don't miss anything and make sure nothing gets left behind. Once we're done, you can now see the final product of the hollow side the right way. Now I have my apron on my tabletop ironing board that I got from Target, and now my iron is set to rayon, so it's not going to melt the apron, and I'm going to turn the steam off. That is really important. Now I'm going to place the material on just to get an idea of where I want it to be. Pro tip, fold it in half so you know exactly where the center is. And then do a quick pre-iron just to make sure it's warm and ready to go. Now one last time, I'm just going to place it on and quickly go around in circles, giving even pressure to everywhere on the iron-on. Once we're done, wait for it to cool down just slightly. And slowly, with enough force, pull off the sticky transfer sheet. And voila! That's me just patting everything down. And look at the holographic. It looks really, really good.